Let's take it from the very beginning. First card is Temperance. And Temperance is just what it is. Being temperate to other people's opinions, problems, finding your balance, minimizing what you can. And it looks like the sun here, or the crown, is lighting up. So it feels like be patient. Be exalted. Don't make any hasty decisions. There's a couple that don't make the hasty decisions. Look at the big picture. But it also feels like it's time for you to make those changes and to spread your wings. You are, it feels like you're getting information while you're sleeping. Wouldn't be surprised if you're downloading, Leo, how to handle your next step. It looks like you want to make a change. It's feeling... It not only does it feel like it's a change of view, so you may be thinking of moving, you may be thinking of taking a job elsewhere and moving, but it feels like home and job are kind of intertwined, and you're making a decision to make changes to both of those things. In the meantime, remain balanced. Other people's opinions are just their opinions. You follow your heart and follow your first mind. This sixth sense here is lighting up, so it does feel like you're getting more and more information from spirit. And many of you, it will be on the astral plane while you're sleeping. Others just off the top of your head, things that come to you just off the top of your head. But it looks like you're supposed to kind of float, stay where you are for a moment until things present to you. Be careful not to jump into the unknown fire just because it feels like a good idea. Do some research before you do any jumping. And that also is with jobs. If you are going from one job to another, it feels like it would be best if you look for the job while you have a job, and not just leave a job out of anger or frustration and kind of leave your bills and your responsibilities hanging. So, really bide your time, find your balance, and it will present to you. Don't jump into the fire just yet. There is change coming. It does feel like it's on the job market as well as the home. So what crosses you is the Knight of Wands. Wands are fire. This does feel like a person. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This feels like there may be a little bit of discord or something at work, and part of the reason you want to leave right away, it does feel like this person is not really hearing you. They're shielded. They're not open to suggestion, not open to change, and it does feel like your frustration level is going up, Leo. So take a step back from the situation where you can look at it honestly, make the changes that you have control over, and let the rest go. But don't let anybody push you out of something until you're ready to do it. So that is what crosses you, a little frustration, and it does feel work related, Leo. The 2 that is here above you. So it does feel like you're feeling guarded, you're feeling frustrated. I think this has to do with either work. Work. This is work. This is not interpersonal. This is work. So you're guarding yourself. You're what we call in the United States CYA, cover your ass kind of thing. I don't mean to be crude, but that's what we call it. So just make sure that you are filling your responsibilities adequately, and also see things as they truly are, not as you wish them to be. This too, not only is she guarded and looking for balance, but she also kind of represents a little bit of impatience that's in your heart as well. But the blindfold is lighting up for me. So pull that blindfold off and take a look at it, at the situation as it is. Not how you think it is, not how you wish it would be, but we can only make decisions from an educated place of knowingness. So pull the blinders off, take a look at what's really happening. And it looks like some negotiations may be in order to make it a little bit more comfortable for you at work. So you don't have to jump right away. You can look for another job while you have this job, or kind of make it your own if you're not looking for a job. But there does feel like there is a shift, there is a change, winds of change in the workplace. It doesn't necessarily mean you're leaving a job. It could be you're getting a job. But there are some winds of change in the workplace. The Page of Cups is just in the past position. This feels like pages can be messages, and this feels like a message. This is cups are emotions and love. So this could be a message from love. This could be a love letter from someone. It could represent a wedding or an engagement, or taking some kind of emotional risk. You know, you may be very guarded with your heart, and maybe it's time to, go out with that gal that you've had a crush on. Take a chance, take a risk. Or switch it up in your current relationship. Try something new, go on a date, or recommit to one another, or just take an emotional risk. But this is a message coming to you, either about love, engagement, wedding, something like that. What is in the present position is the Four of Wands, and this is one of jubilation and rejoice. Excuse me, my goodness, what a release. I hope I don't do my normal 3, so hopefully that is just the one for you today. Here is the 4. This is jubilation. This is joyousness. This is celebration. So this also could be wedding or engagement or a party. Could be as simple as a barbecue, or just reconnecting with your buds that you haven't seen in a long time. Kind of putting some of those responsibilities and the have-tos aside, and really enjoying the lovely weather we're having in the United States, and just getting out there in the world and doing some fun non-have-to things. Just reveling in life. The Hangman is here. That is in the future card. This is kind of the epiphany card. This is when you get it. If we are doing the same behavior over and over, but just with different people, say that you create a partner that is lazy, and you've been creating a lazy partner even though you switch partners. So maybe there's an aha moment that you think you deserve someone that actually has some ambition, and you change the way that you look at people, or you change the type of people that you are around. So this is an aha moment. This is an epiphany. It is the same life that we have. It's just looking at it a little differently, with a little bit more open mind, with a little more open heart, and kind of going with the flow instead of trying to control. So that's what the Hangman represents. So the basis of all this is another 2. You had a 2 here, 2 there. So it looks like you're looking for the balance of life, looking to find equality, looking to get a new view, but to release the things that have really not served you, and find your balance a little bit more. There you go. Sorry, my dog was messing. Anyway, so this is about finding your balance, releasing the things that don't serve you, looking at the world from the big picture. I'm also feeling travel, possibly international travel. There is the family legacy here, the key to your family legacy. And this is letting go of the habits of your family that doesn't work for you, and embracing the ones that do. So tweaking what works for you and releasing the things that don't, even though the family's always done it this way, or this is the tradition. You can change those traditions. that work for you. I'm seeing a lot of orange in general here. There has been a lot of orange cards. And when I ask Spirit what that means to you, you are really healing some of your frustrations, some of your anger, and it looks like you are embracing patience a little bit more than you ever have. I know fire signs tend to be very restless. And right now at the time that I'm doing this reading, we had a full moon in Sagittarius, so that kind of amplifies that restlessness. So if you can, see if you can float a little bit. The choices for you will present themselves with little to no effort if you just find your patience a little bit and continue floating. Release the things that don't work for you, and that could be as easy as cleaning out your closet or moving your furniture, or as big as releasing friendships that don't work for you anymore. So you are keeping some things that do work, kind of tweaking them, amplifying them, making them your own, and getting ready for this big change in the future. It looks like a really big shift, and it may even be with your home or work. I'm finding that in 2 or 3 places, home or work, and they're kind of entangled. So you may be getting a job offer of something overseas, in a different state, a different city, which would require you to move. So this does look like that will be coming, and it's something that you've wanted for a while anyway. The Tower here is lessons through destruction, and that is just it. If you make hasty decisions and not think them through, then they can be destructive in the long run. So make sure that that you don't do anything in a hasty manner. And there's a number of things here. So don't just get in a huff and leave a job or walk out. So try to resolve or just take a break before you re-enter, but no hasty decisions in this month of June, please. Because it does look like it can be disastrous if you jump and it's not ready to jump. Here is the Five of Swords. This does look like a continuation of maybe some miscommunication or some frustrations. Also, it feels like you should step back from that. There is really no winner in this, that you can just accept that your belief system is different, or agree to disagree. It does not have to be in exact alignment to either be friends or lovers or companions, but it does look like there is a little bit of static within your communication with some of your loved ones, could be co-workers as well. So just take a step back from that, gather your thoughts. You may have to just take a little vacation from the jive and not engage in it for a day or so until you get your bearings straight, and either figure out a positive resolution that is with compromise, or and just let it go if it doesn't belong to you. Here's another 5. So it looks like you're right in the middle of some transitioning. 5s are kind of the middle of things where you don't see the end in sight, but the beginning is long gone, but still requires a little bit of your attention. So this 5 of Cups, this is an emotional card. Cups are emotions, and it does look like you may be sad about some changes, or sad that maybe the changes aren't happening. It does look like some choices are to be made, but a little confusion on which direction to go. But it does look like that you really need to feel that grief and to feel that sadness in order to really cast off this cloak of darkness, so you can create anew from a place of joy and a place of abundance. But it does look like some changes in the past. This can even mean relationships that have left, that maybe you remember in the good times or miss that person, even though you don't want the relationship back, or the job back, or the home back, or the friend back. But it does look like some grief that you kind of put on hold, or some sadness needs to be completed, and to really be in that process in order to make those new decisions. But it does look like there are some really wonderful, joyful things that are happening in your life, so don't neglect that as well. It's not always one way or the other. It is a mixture of both. But I encourage you to really feel that sadness so you can march through that and heal your heart and heal your soul so you can make those changes. So King of Pentacles is on the side of it, and it does look like the King of Pentacles may have something to do with the sadness. And a pentacle is an earth sign. That's Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. So it looks like you may have different ideas of how things are supposed to look, or how you wish them to look in the future. So it does look like this king has some pull or some say in how that future looks for you. This could be relationships. This could be a love relationship. This could be a boss. But it does look like continuing to keep that discussion link open so you can continue to resolve and you can continue to move that energy. Don't cut each other off because of anger or frustration, but you may need to take a step back from it for a minute before you re-engage in discussion. But it does look like this King of Pentacles has some investment or has either some say in the change or is part of the change. The Queen of Wands is here. This is also a fire sign as well. This could be you, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. I am thinking that it is you. So it's time to embrace the best you that you possibly can be. Allow yourself to float a little bit. Find your patience. The void of patience will get you into trouble, is what's coming through. Jumping at the wrong time just to make those changes looks like it can be a little bit either emotionally or financially disastrous. So take the time to make that choice. Let the other choices be shown to you before you make any grand leap. So I do think the Queen of Wands is you finding your grounding, collecting more information, and it doesn't look like you're feeling insecure this month at all. In fact, it looks like you're feeling very, very impatient and kind of like there's a fire under you. You want to see something right away. But it does look like it requires a little bit more nurturing and a little bit more research before you make those decisions. Okay, Leo, that is your general reading. Let me throw a couple clarity cards. I'm using the Angel cards by Doreen Virtue, and I don't use these very often because they're very difficult to shuffle. So I'm just going to let them pop out as they see fit. And so we have the Five of Waters, things not turning out the way you'd hoped. Okay, well, so there's the validation. Not seeing the positive in the situation or crying over spilled milk, which you have that all over here. So try to look for the positive in every situation. Everything that happens to us, whether negative or positive, whether disastrous or joyous, we learn something. So there's something for you to learn here, Leo, before you make this big change and big move. The other card for clarity here is the Four of Water. It's missing an opportunity, discontentment, or boredom, and open your eyes to the other possibilities in the world. So don't narrow your scope so much. Broaden that scope. Check out things maybe that you never even dreamed were possible for you. So check everything. Leave no stone unturned, Leo.